I'm going to call our meeting to order. This is the regular meeting of the Ojai Planning Commission, April 16th, 2014. Members of the public, which I only see a few, wishing to address the Planning Commission on items appearing on the agenda are requested to complete a speaker's card and file it with the secretary prior to the start of the meeting. Cards are available in the lobby. Speakers should state their name and address for the record and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Comments must be directed to the commission, not the audience. While the Planning Commission is in session, all in attendance are expected to maintain order and decorum and to obey the orders of the chair. I'm looking right at you, Ms. Strobel. Could we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Zabella?
Here.
Commissioner Jagiello?
Here.
Commissioner Nicklin?
Yeah.
Commissioner Foster?
Here.
Chair Merck?
Here.
Commissioner Nolan?
Here.
Commissioner Nolan, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Public communications is time set aside during the Planning Commission meeting for members of the public to address the Planning Commission on items of city business other than scheduled agenda items. Matters raised at this time may be briefly discussed by the Commission and will generally be referred to staff and/or placed on a subsequent agenda. Under state law, other than for emergency items, no action can be taken at this meeting. Is there anybody who wants to speak on something not on the agenda? Okay. Next item is selection of the Planning Commission Vice Chairman. Chairperson, I should say. Planning Commission will select commissioners to serve as their vice chairman. Do we have a recommendation for someone to be a vice chairman, chairperson?
I'll nominate Stephen Foster.
Are you comfortable with that, Mr. Foster?
I kind of like your idea. I wondered if any of the newer members would consider.
All right. I'm open to, the floor is open, so feel free to nominate someone else.
I don't want to put anybody on this spot.
In terms of the duties or in terms of how we do the vice chair is there as kind of a backup in case the chair can't handle the meeting, if the chair's absent for one reason or another. And then typically after the chairmanship lasts for a year, and then typically the vice chair rolls into the chairmanship position.
So what, there's about 8 months left, 9 months left in this, at that position, because you're coming into it 3 months later.
So.
It seems like experience would be a good thing to have as you're ascending to the throne.
Well, it's nice. I don't know.
Can't hurt
Up to the
nothing.
commissioners. Anybody want a second Commissioner Foster? Then we would have a motion and we could vote on it.
I'll second Commissioner Foster.
All right. Could we have do we want to discuss this or just have a roll call? Could we have a roll call, please?
Zabella?
Yes.
Jagiello?
Yes.
Nicklin?
Yes.
Foster?
Do I abstain on something like that, or I guess I have a
No,
vote?
you can
You
vote.
can vote.
Yes.
Merck? Nolan?
Yes.
Congratulations, Commissioner Foster. I'll probably skip the next meeting just so you.
Thank you. That's
Okay.
generous.
The consent calendar is approved by a roll call vote in one motion. Should any member of the commission wish to discuss or disapprove an item, it must be removed from the consent calendar, considered as a separate item. The only item we have is the minutes of the regular meeting of the Planning Commission, April 2nd. Could we have a motion on the minutes?
I'll make a motion that we adopt the minutes from the April 2nd meeting.
I'll second that.
All right. Could we have a roll call on that, please?
Zabella?
Yes.
Jagiello?
Yes.
Nicklin?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Chairman Merck?
Yes.
Nolan?
Yes.
Thank you. The Municipal Advisory Council Planning Commission Liaison Report, the MAC meeting was canceled this month, so I was scheduled to go, but I'll go to the next one, which is scheduled for April 21st. Do they actually have a meeting on the 21st? May 17th. Okay. Our first public hearing item is a sign permit, S13-35, for modification to the existing comprehensive sign program, S88-45, for an existing building at 206 North Signal Street. Property owner applicant is Richard Wyrick of Signal Street LLC. And could we hear from staff on this?
Well, staff heard from the applicant and has requested a continuance of this item so that we can work together with him, staff, and the applicant to resolve some issues that were unexpected that came up regarding, in particular, it appears as though that we need to kind of amend the sign program to factor in some existing signs that are out there on the site already, so that people don't fall through the cracks and end up sort of non-conforming to this sign program. So we've already, Sherry's already set up a meeting, or is in the middle of setting up a meeting with the applicant and staff, and we feel it's really more appropriate for us to work it out at that level than to do it tonight in front of the commission. So he's asked for that, we're willing to meet with them, and we think that's the appropriate way to go. So we're just requesting that you continue it to a date certain, which probably, are we thinking May 7th?
Because their meeting's not till a week from Wednesday, and then the packets go out the next day. So
Okay.
let's do May 21.
Well, there you go, May 21.
All right, thank you. Could we have a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we continue sign permit S13-35 for a modification to comprehensive sign program S88-45 for the multi-business offices located at 206 North Signal Street until May 21st.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right. Any discussion? Could we have a roll call, please?
Zabilla?
Yes.
Jagiello?
Yes.
Nicklin?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Chair Merk?
Yes,
Nolan?
Yes.
thank you. Pretty much concludes our business for tonight, except we have directors' reports. I know some people just came in. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up with the council at this point, or anything like that? You guys are okay? All right, good. Could we have the director's report?
Sorry. So the director's decisions, there was a permit given to remove one hazardous coastal live oak tree on Gridley Road. The next item is the active code enforcement. And I'm open to if there's any questions or concerns about any of the items on there, if anybody has anything they'd like to discuss. And then the last one is the upcoming Planning Commission meetings and what's on those agendas. We'll have you note that on May 13th, there's a special joint meeting with the City Council. And on May 21st, we have the Topa Mountain Winery coming up, which is a boutique winery. Also, the Emerald Guana Lighting Plan. And then this sign, the comprehensive sign program would also be on May 21st. And then on June 4th, we have the landscape ordinance regulations, which is, I think, what your committee's working on.
Yeah, Lawrence and I will be, we briefly discussed it. We both were really busy for a couple of weeks, and then we're going to be starting in on it.
So if that looks like that date isn't doable, you'll let staff know that you need additional time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's see, Planning Commission Subcommittee reports. Do we have any?
Oh, actually, I didn't put anything together. Lawrence and I will be continuing to work on the landscape standards. But one exciting thing happened in the last week or two. Caltrans actually adopted, there's a new federal complete streets guidelines, and they were adopted so far, I think, by Washington State and Massachusetts, and now California is the third state. And it's huge. It's hopefully going to be really positive for us, and especially if we get our Strategic Growth Council grant, because we will be working closely with Caltrans. It puts a whole another perspective on it. It's definitely more pedestrian and bicycle and all user-friendly. So hopefully it'll be easier for us to work with Caltrans. And other than that, we continue to meet on the first Wednesday of the month. We're now meeting half an hour early at 2:30 until 4:30. And actually, I kind of mentioned this last time, but now that Commissioner Crabtree is no longer a commissioner, he's still planning to be active with Complete Streets, but we can add another commissioner. And I know I had mentioned it to John. He had been on the Complete Streets Committee in the past, but if anyone else is interested, we'd love to have you. And then, of course, we're open to members of the public. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any other comment? Okay, our city council liaison.
Just a reminder, you probably already know, we'll be interviewing for the vacancy on the Planning Commission this Friday. It'll be Councilmember Laura, Chair Merck, and myself. And we have 5 applications we'll be reviewing. It does have to be a resident. I can give you the names I have here if you'd like to hear them. Sure. And there's one I absolutely will just mutilate, but so we'll be interviewing, and these are going to be 20-minute interviews. The 30-minute was a little bit more time than we needed, so we'll see how 20 minutes work. Starting at 3 o'clock, we'll interview William Ulrich. At 3:20, Randy Haney. 3:40, Steve, well, I'll mutilate too. Quilici.
Quilici.
I won't even try that. At 4:10, Mark, and this was the one I thought I was going to do in, Mannininen. I can't even spell it. Okay. And then at 4:30, MacAdam Lajowski. So those are the 5 applications we have, and it is open to the public. So if any of you would like to attend, you're certainly welcome. And if any members of the public would like to attend. And just to mention, you probably already know this, but coming up on the April 22nd council agenda, 2 public hearings, one on the residential building heights and establishing a solar access height limitation, and the other is the water efficiency landscape standards. So just to make you aware of those. Any questions, hopefully that I can answer? I prefer those.
Sure, Carlin. On May 13th, we're having a joint meeting with City Council.
Yes.
I was just wondering, it's going to be an open discussion. Do you know if there's any topics that are rising to the surface of City Council that they would like to discuss with Planning Commission, or is it just pretty much free and easy what we bring to the table?
We've been meeting more often than we normally do, but on specific issues. I don't know that there's a specific issue. I think this is more of a conversation.
It's the telecommunications.
Of course it is. Telecommunication. Well.
And that's on your agenda that evening, correct?
That's what the joint is.
That's a joint.
Oh, it is. Actually,
Okay.
I'm reading it now. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That'll be interesting. All right, any other business anyone wants to bring forward? This meeting is adjourned.